Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of WWE 2K23 Universe Mode. Right here, right now, we have Monday Night Raw, starting things off with Montez Ford.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 232 pounds, Montez Ford.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are on the go-home show for Survivor Series, and you know what that means? We're going to Survivor Series. That means that the last set of shows to be held in WWE 2K23. It is a fantastic, exciting time here in Universe Mode. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's free. If you don't like the content, you can unsubscribe later. And also like the video, all that good stuff. You know how it is. But right now, we have Montez Ford coming down to the ring for some one-on-one action as we are pretty much sorted for the Raw side of things for Survivor Series. We have the United States Championship match. We have the Tag Team Championship match. We have the WWE Championship and the Raw Women's War Games matchup. It's a hell of a card for Survivor Series already, and we just learned a few more matches last time on SmackDown, including Seth Rollins versus Booker T. One final showdown in their rivalry, and oh boy, it's going to be a tough time for Montez Ford.
And his opponent, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds, Gunther!
And for this match right here, we have two of the kind of almost breakout stars here on Monday Night Raw. We have Montez Ford, who, just a huge ball of energy, who encapsulates just what it means to be here on Raw and try to reach for that brass ring, but just can't quite get there. He is 3-3 here on Monday Night Raw. The people are behind Montez Ford. They want him to succeed, and sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses, but he is certainly that type of underdog when he comes up with this man, Gunther. And Gunther is 4-2. He had a rough couple of months to start off the Universe Mode. His record was not the greatest, but he's turned it around in the last month or so. He has been gaining ground, and he's getting a new fire lit under him, and he is showing what he's capable of. He went from about 2-2 to 4-2, I believe. So he is looking to upgrade that to 5-2 here tonight. Here we go. Match starts off with a power slam from Gunther. And again, this is the last show for Monday Night Raw in 2K23. And I hope you guys are again excited for the move to 2K24. I do still I still want to hear your opinions on, if I should take superstars out, find CAWs for them, whatever it is, find cause. And yeah, I just want your opinion if we should keep some superstars, get rid of some superstars who are not officially in 2K24. But yeah, just shoot down in the comments below. You can always do it on SmackDown as well as Survivor Series. Just before we get to 2K24, I want to hear your voices heard on the matter. Nevertheless, Gunther is on the ground, courtesy of Montez Ford. Not as soon as I thought I would say to start off this matchup. As we see now, look at this, just the beatdown now of Montez Ford, and a rolling neck breaker. Gunther, no messing around here on Monday Night Raw. I want to believe he was maybe underestimating his opponents in the first few months here on, look at this, abdominal stretch, put on a submission on Gunther. Don't know how smart that is from Ford, and Gunther gets right out of that one. But it seems Gunther, after this last month here, getting a few wins here and there, and now on the cusp of getting into that top 5 in the rankings for the singles titles. And of course, Imperium trying to do their work as well. Look at this. Looking for a power slam. No. Countered by Ford into the Christian DDT. And now Ford going to bring him to the corner. Ford is surprisingly very, very powerful. He can move around that ring like the best of him. He can fly off the top rope. Almost a total package is Montez Ford. He just lacks the experience And Gunther has been doing this for, I think, close to 15 years or something like that. So he has the experience factor in this matchup. And now a few shots. Montez Ford counters. And a springboard into the crossbody right in the middle of the ring. And with the leg hook, just a 1 count though. And now DDT plants the top of Gunther's head in that mat. Of course, with these two guys battling for, trying to climb the rankings. Down the rungs, what is Montez Ford doing? You know, actually, I think with Gunther on the apron, maybe looking for a blockbuster to the outside, but just missed. Gunther may have avoided that. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, Montez Ford back in the ring. And with these guys trying to climb the rungs of the singles ladder here on Monday Night Raw, we look forward to the fatal 5-way match. Oh, there's a German suplex for the United States Championship. Come Survivor Series, Matt Riddle puts his title on the line. It's going to be a huge 5-man escapade there. It's going to be a hell of a match. It's going to be chaos for sure. But nevertheless, Montez Ford just wailing on the back of Gunther. And right, just going towards my point. What a clothesline. One of these guys might be the #1 contender following Survivor Series, following whoever wins that matchup. Because hypothetically, if Gunther somehow wins this matchup, he'll move to 5-2. And whoever wins the match on Sunday, I mean, if a new challenger wins, I mean, to be fair, if Matt Riddle wins, he moves up to 11-1, and the rest are 4-2. So for all intents and purposes, Gunther would be automatically the #1 contender. That's how the ranks work here on Universe mode. That's just how math works, to be fair. But nevertheless, Montez Ford putting on the beating on Gunther. Now he's going to go up to the top rope. Maybe looking for, oh boy, there's the frog splash. And go over the cover. 1, 2, no. I think he calls that from the heavens. That frog splash. He might be going for another one. One's not enough, maybe 2. And, oh, looking for the twisting one, but Gunther back to his feet. And now Irish Whip. And oh, just a shoulder barge takes him down to the ground. And look at this, Gunther just taunting Montez Ford. Montez Ford trying to calculate a plan here, but Gunther's going to meet him on the outside, and there's a chop, and another chop right to the chest. And there, oh my God, look at these. Gunther with the series of, I think it was like sextuple chops there? It's crazy. Nevertheless, look at this. Looking for a huge suplex on the outside. Ref up to a 4 count here. Gunther right now does not care. He's working over the body parts of Ford. And this first featured matchup is not disappointing at all. Standing shooting star press from Ford. And now he's just throw Gunther up to a 7 count. Is Gunther going to get back in the ring? Look at this. Montez Ford now taunting Gunther. Don't know how smart of a game plan that is from Ford, but oh, maybe it worked. Coaxed him in. And there's a drop kick right to the side of the head. And there's another standing shooting star into the cover. 1, 2, and no. Gunther with the shoulder up. Ford getting ever so closer to that dreaded 3 count that seems to avoiding in this matchup. Another DDT plants him on the top of his head and a flying forearm or flying back elbow. And there's another standing shooting star press. But Gunther seems to find a way to get back to his feet here. And now into the rear naked choke. Montez Ford, what's he going to do here? It seems like he's fading a little bit. Ford going to try to get out of it here, but seems like he's fading. No. The roar of the crowd trying to edge him on here. Now he's got the shoulders of Gunther down. 1, 2, and oh. That could have been it right there. But both guys now back to their feet. Oh no. And just like that, power bomb. And hooks him up. 1, 2, 3. Gunther with the victory. What a match. to start off Monday Night Raw.
Here is your winner, Gunther!
Unbelievable victory. Gunther with the hard-fought victory. Montez Ford was on his A+ game here tonight, but it was just not enough. I'm getting word now. There's something going on backstage, and it's the tag team champions and the challengers for this Sunday. The Brawling Brutes, Damian Priest, Rey Mysterio, and the Brawling Brutes are doing what they do best right now, and that's brawling in the backstage area near the washrooms and the locker rooms. And now, oh my God, both of these teams are just going at it, and they can't wait until Survivor Series. And look at this, just both two sets are just going right at it. Now, oh, well, we're trying to get security back there, trying to break these up. And my God, well, this is the match that's going to happen at Survivor Series. The Brawling Brutes, the #1 contenders for the Raw Tag Team Championships, and the first real test for Priest and Mysterio as a full-fledged tag team. And here comes Alba Fire coming down for some one-on-one action, part of that Raw Women's War Games match at Survivor Series. Maybe the final chapter in her story.
It's scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Glasgow, Scotland, Alba Fire!
Ever since the beginning of Universe Mode, Alba Fire has been kind of in this on and off rivalry with the new Raw Women's World Champion Bayley. And even though Bayley is kind of in the middle of a rivalry with Becky Lynch, Alba Fire has kind of, not even waltzed, kind of just found her way into the business of Bayley once again. And there was that 6-woman tag team match at SummerSlam with Damage Control. Won that match, which led to Bayley getting the opportunity to face Becky Lynch for that Raw Women's World Championship. And, you know, the rest is history. As Bayley defeated Becky Lynch clean in that steel cage match. And then, you know, it would lead to Becky Lynch last week claiming that she'll get her rematch in due time, but there's a lot of history and a lot of unfinished business between these 6 women, so they're gonna go at it at Survivor Series in just a War Games matchup, and maybe the final chapter between all of these 6 women. And she's gonna go one-on-one with Blair Davenport here. And Blair Davenport has been nothing short of impressive in her Raw debut. Raw, just Universe Mode. I think she was 2-1. It'll come up here shortly. But she is a force to be reckoned with here on the Red Brand.
And from Wellington, New Zealand, Blair Davenport.
And we do have a little bit of news concerning the War Games match for the women. We saw this footage earlier, and now it looks like Bayley, they had to find a partner. Both Becky Lynch and Bayley had to find a partner, and Bayley came up to Blair Davenport backstage, let out a hand as a handshake, and it looks like Blair Davenport has agreed to an agreement with Bayley, and it might be that she is the 4th member for the Damage Control side in War Games. So that is a pickup for Damage Control. We'll have to see if it's official, but nevertheless, Blair Davenport has been, just like I said before, just a force to be reckoned with. So it's smart for Bayley to go into maybe the next hottest star here on Raw and offer her a spot on the Damage Control side. And if you're Blair Davenport, you now have a spot on one of the Big 4 pay-per-views in one of the biggest matches on that Big 4 pay-per-view. So, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but, I mean, Damage Control has kind of alienated all of the Raw women's superstars here, the Raw women's wrestlers. Oh! So, maybe I'm surprised? I'm not sure, but Blair Davenport making a decision to make a partnership. Oh, my God! And Blair Davenport just a shot right to the back of the head of Alba Fire. This match continues here as it just actually started. What am I saying? Of course it's continuing. It just started. But nevertheless, Blair Davenport, both these women are, almost mirror images of themselves. They're ruthless in the ring. They're determined, and they don't care what other people think of them. And it's going to be a hell of a match here on Monday Night Raw to see who kind of gets momentum going into the War Games matchup. There's a snowplow from Blair Davenport. No, just a 1 count. And that's a big move to start off this matchup. As we see Blair now going for a suicide dive, putting it all on the line there. And Fire just 1 step ahead of her, moves out of the way, and this is her time to get in the driver's seat in this matchup. And just throwing some punches to the side of the head of Blair. But that leaves the question now that Damage Control has found. I'm presumptuous here, but found their 4th member of the Damage Control side in War Games. Who is Becky Lynch going to choose? Can she find anybody? I mean, she's kind of found allies in both Alba Fire and Katana Chance just by proxy, just by pure, friend of my friend, or enemy of my enemy is my friend, excuse me. So, who is going to be that 4th member? She has a lot of people to look towards, but there's only 6 days until Survivor Series. And speaking of Survivor Series, here are some of the matches that happened earlier on Monday Night Raw. As we see Cameron Grimes got a victory over Akira Tozawa. Xavier Woods getting back into the winning category as he takes down Roddy Piper. Drew Gulak and John Cena get tag team win over Wesley and Axiom. Trish Stratus gets a win over Nikki ASH. Joe Gacy takes down Rick Boogs. And finally, Grayson Waller gets a victory over the big Veer Mahan. And again, with the shot right to the back of the head. And the referee maybe need to step in this match here. More shots like that to Alba Fire. Might need to call this match. Might knock her out. And you see a cover here, just a 2 count. Fire, Davenport here, just putting it all on the line. They know that momentum going into a big pay-per-view is crucial. And now look at this, going into the gory bomb, kind of. Yeah, it is the gory bomb. 1, 2, no. And Alba Fire putting Davenport in position, and kind of an awkward position to be fair, but he's going for the Swanton Bomb, and that put away many superstars before. No. And Fire cannot believe it. Davenport gets the shoulder up, and you can hear the crowd here on Monday Night Raw chanting women's wrestling, and that's absolutely correct. These 2 women putting it all on the line for the enjoyment of the fans, but to also look forward to War Games. There's a leg lariat. And up to the, look at this. No counter. Oh my Lord. A knee right to the face, takes down Fire. And Davenport might be, into the Michinoku driver. Almost the Falcon Arrow, never mind. 2, and no. She did the deal, but Fire kicks out at 2. And Davenport, she's not going to go up to the top rope. Fire did this before. What's Davenport going to do? Go for a double foot stomp, but no. Fire into the super kick. Takes down Davenport. And this match, just like the last match, is incredible. This is what Raw is all about, showcasing. This is what Universe Mode is all about. Never mind Raw, just showcase some of the superstars, some of the wrestlers here, and showing what they can do when cranked up to 100. And now Davenport picks up Fire. What's she planning here? Into the corner goes Fire. And Davenport looking for another leg lariat. That kick to the face, but Alba into a face buster. And back and forth these women go. And now Fire, just more shots to the head. You gotta think one big move would end it all here. As long as this match rolls on, the stamina goes down, the aura goes down, the endurance goes down. There is a Northern Lights suplex from Fire, and she's not done. She's gonna follow it up. And no, counter there by Davin. And is now into, looking for maybe a neck breaker of some kind, but Fire goes after the legs of Davenport. Now takes her down into another. And now ducks the line. And there's a big time flying clothesline. And Davenport into the corner, and Fire going to use those legs to good effect here. Just trying to choke out Davenport. And now, putting the boots to Davenport, getting countered there. And now into the flatliner. Now going for the cover is Davenport down in this match. 2, 3, and yes, she is. Alba Fire gets an impressive victory here tonight.
Here is your winner, Alba Fire!
And Fire in recent months has been trying to clamor for that win, but right now she is firing on all cylinders, no pun intended, but she has picked up a huge win over Blair Davenport here tonight. And I'm getting word now that the addition is now official. Blair Davenport is the 4th member for Damage Control side in War Games. Becky Lynch has to find a partner for this Sunday. Will she? We'll have to find out. And we are getting ready for our main event here tonight. It is a huge tag team matchup.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match. Introducing first, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, Chad Gable.
Tonight, WWE Champion Edge and the #1 contender Eddie Guerrero will have to find a way to coincide to try to fight this phenomenal tag team, Chad Gable and AJ Styles. You know, there's no bad blood between Edge and Eddie Guerrero, but frankly, when the title is on the line, there are no friends when it comes to that title. So we'll have to see if they could be on the same page here tonight.
And his partner from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, Chad Gable, they were part of a faction, but now just a tag team. They're part of something corporate or something like that. We weren't really, having a name for these guys, but they have now come up for a name for AJ Styles and Chad Gable being Phenomenal. And play on words from Alpha and Phenomenal. Phenomenal are now trying to reach to greater lengths or greater heights as they try to, upgrade their rankings here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that both of these guys, let's see, look at my rankings here. I believe they're 3 and 2 here. Let me see. Phenomenal are indeed 3 and 2, but right now, here comes the WWE Champion. And here he is with the gold around his waist, awaiting his date with Destiny at Survivor Series against Eddie Guerrero, a tiebreaker of sorts from years and years ago. These two are 2 and 2. The ultimate tiebreaker comes this Sunday.
And from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds, the WWE Champion, Edge.
And Edge is going into his second defense of that championship. The first defense here was on Raw about a month ago against Johnny Gargano, where he was successful, obviously, in defending that championship. But you got to think Eddie Guerrero is a whole different beast. And here comes the aforementioned challenger. Here he comes.
And from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero kind of just propelled himself. It wasn't really himself. He came into the Universe mode because of a certain somebody being forced to kind of exit Universe mode with a 2-0 record. And, the Universe Brass kind of made it official that Eddie Guerrero would join Universe Mode on Monday Night Raw, and then it would overtake that record. So he came into Universe Mode with a 2-0 record, became 3-0, and became the #1 contender very, very quickly here on Monday Night Raw. Don't know how many feel in terms of that, but nevertheless, it's in stone now. So let's get to this match here. Tag team action, of course, tornado tag team action. Here we go. And both the teams just figuring out a plan here. And there you go. Have a plan. That plan is to attack. And this match is going to be a little bit chaotic with a DDT and a quick pin here by Edge. But Chad Gable's right there to break up the pin. And now this is on paper, this is more of a dream match, to be fair. I mean, you have so many elements here. Eddie Guerrero and AJ Styles one-on-one would go absolutely crazy with both in their prime. Eddie Guerrero and Chad Gable. Chad Gable being the sort of second coming of, Kurt Angle. So that's absolutely a dream match. I think many would agree on that. Of course, in the terms of who Chad Gable is now, just kind of proving all the haters wrong with, Shorty G and all the comedy acts. But, Chad Gable can actually go. I was a huge fan. Whoever's been here, a long time knows I've been a fan of Chad Gable ever since, the American Alpha and then time at NXT. Going back 5-6 years now when NXT was a thing in our Universe Mode back in, 2016, 2017. But nevertheless, Chad Gable is certainly impressing many people. But nevertheless, let's get to this match. AJ Styles putting Edge into the barricade. And now the fight goes to the outside. Exploder suplex from Eddie Guerrero. And look at this. Gourd Buster onto Chad Gable from the champ. And now fight continues on the outside, looking for a neckbreaker. No. AJ Styles with his own neckbreaker takes down Edge. And, every sort of move that Edge takes that's either on the back or on the neck is just so, you wince at it because of the history of our champion, and just the fact that he even is champion kind of puts that to rest. Just the proneness of injury, and it's kind of scary whenever you see a big time maneuver. I think that's why maybe people were scared when the aforementioned person who kind of was let go from Universe Mode was the #1 contender before everything shifted. Many people were scared what that match would have done to the WWE champion. But nevertheless, another challenge awaits the champion at Survivor Series in one of the best to ever do it, and that is Eddie Guerrero. But AJ Styles made it hard for both of these guys to make it to Survivor Series. Both guys of Alpha Nominal want to leave their mark here on Monday Night Raw and on the tag team division. Looking for the big drop kick. Always looking for the next challengers for said titles here on Monday Night Raw, whether it be US, WWE, Raw Women's, and the tag team championships. So, look at this big time suplex, and look at this on the inside. Chad Gable doing a second suplex, a little bit of a Three Amigos action going on, and he hits the Three Amigos. And in a match with Eddie Guerrero, I think that might be a little disrespectful, but anything to maybe play some mind games and pick up the win is, I guess, good in any book. Really, just trying to get the win. You see a neckbreaker on the outside, and Edge with a shot right to Chad Gable, falls to the ground. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that just a random singles match between AJ Styles and Eddie Guerrero would be absolutely killer in any sort of universe, let alone this one. Maybe I'll book that later on, but who knows? Nevertheless, both sets of opponents here are on the outside and the inside. There's that side face buster from Edge, and Edge, we know what's happening here. Chad is in the danger zone. There's a spear. Takes him down. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and no. Gable gets the shoulder up. As Eddie works on the arm, we have to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Monday Night Raw. And guys, do not miss Survivor Series. We have a fatal 5-way match for the U.S. Championship. Matt Riddle puts it against Tommaso Ciampa, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and Braun Breaker. We are back here on Monday Night Raw as we see a double team on the champion as Eddie Guerrero gets taken down by Gable. How Phenomenal was doing work on the commercial break, but now Guerrero and Edge in the ring. Look at this on the inside, looking for another gory special is Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie just twisting those arms, wrenching that back, but Styles was able to get inside the ring and break that up. And now Edge gonna chase down Gable on the outside. Big knee there by Guerrero. And you see, just working over the back of AJ Styles. There's now a belly-to-belly suplex on the outside, and Eddie Guerrero might not want to step in here. I mean, any kind of damage that Chad Gable can do on the champion, Eddie Guerrero will probably take gladly, but misses that frog splash, but follows it up with a clothesline. And now going for another gory special is Eddie Guerrero. And that was a Snapdragon on the outside from Chad Gable. He has to go to AJ Styles, and the more this match goes on, the more even the more just so mundane moves will finish off this matchup. Doesn't have to be something big. And all four of these guys have been going at it. Oh, here we go. Eddie Guerrero wanted to do this to specifically Chad Gable after Chad Gable did Three Amigos. This is how you do it, son. Three Amigos from Eddie Guerrero. As you see a calf crusher from AJ Styles. And I don't know why there was no rope breaks, but nevertheless, the ref letting it go on. Go for the covers. AJ Styles too. And Eddie Guerrero able to get there in due time. And now look at this. Wait a minute. Going for a Styles clash. And that busts open Eddie Guerrero. And that might have been a prime time to go for the pin. But nevertheless, Pele kick. And speaking of injuring the opponent before Survivor Series, Eddie Guerrero was just busted open. And now Edge on the outside, got back in the inside, excuse me. And go for a phenomenal forearm was AJ. But he turns his attention to the champion. That was a huge mistake. And now AJ goes to the outside here. And Edge gonna go for a plancha. Takes down AJ Styles. Eddie Guerrero with a snap suplex. Floats over with the cover. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the champion and #1 contender are your victors.
Here are your winners, Edge and Eddie Guerrero.
Well, they get a victory here tonight, and Edge wants a handshake from Eddie Guerrero. And will Eddie accept? And Eddie, he's looking to the crowd, seeing what he wants to do, and he does. Well, some good spirits here. Ooh, Edge. Little respect, but a little warning to Eddie Guerrero. For this Sunday Survivor Series, the WWE Championship will be on the line. Edge puts his championship on the line against challenger Eddie Guerrero. And this is what it's all about. The biggest prize here on Monday Night Raw between two legends. It will be the ultimate tiebreaker, and I'll see you at Survivor Series.